This video is especially important for the people who hesitate or don't want to buy car setups for Assetto Corsa Competizione. In this video I will explain what I'm currently offering in the Patreon store for Black Friday. I'll put there a special discount link of 25% in there, and this video will fully explain what you are getting and how I think it's beneficial, especially for the beginner or a little bit advanced sim racer. Take note, I've been building setups for myself for different simulators for already very long time, and I really believe you get a lot of space, consistency, safety, and setup understanding using these packs. Let's go. So in this video, I will try to get rid of all the questions you might have before purchasing a setup pack, and I'll also warn you when to not buy these packs and maybe suggest when you should. Let's get into it. So there are currently 9 cars in the game that I have built setups for. In the future, I hope to put the Lexus here, and the Nissan, and maybe the Bentley. I will just take, maybe the Honda even, but let's just take the Aston Martin, and I will explain how, what you're buying, basically. So, the packs that I build up, they are not setups that fit every specific track, because I think they're very one-dimensional like that. Plus, it is a million ages to figure out the optimal setup for every track, and then it still is gonna be my interpretation of what is perfect, and you might feel different about that. So let me explain what you are buying. So that obviously it's not the safe preset. So level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are high downforce setups, and if you're an absolute rookie and you want something faster than the safe preset that the game is giving you, a level 1 setup is super forgiving. So there are multiple techniques in play for me to figure out how this is going to be a good setup for every track in the game, right? So every track it will be possible. I have a system. I will explain this way later into the sim racing journey, but there are different corners in the game that determine how a setup needs to be. So level 1 all the way up to 5. When you're starting out with sim racing and you feel you want to have something better than an aggressive preset or safe preset, you could pick level 1, 2, 3, and these skill level setups are going to be more aggressive over time. So if you can drive consistently with a level 1, then you should pick level 2 or skip 2 entirely and go 3, and then feel this car being more aggressive. On YouTube there's a few videos about the Aston Martin, the Porsche, Lamborghini, explaining these different levels. Those are free, you can use those ones as well, but these ones are paid because it's so much work to build them up like this. Now, and if you, let's say you pick a level 3, right? You have a level 3 high downforce, then you might think to yourself, okay, so when do you pick a low downforce? Now, in the pack, I put a PDF file where I suggest you get a low downforce setup, or maybe like a level 3 B level setup. So this pack currently we have B level 3, 4, and 5. They kind of have a different philosophy, but these setups you get for every track. So you download it, you got JSON files, and you get all of this, but they are all the same for every track. Know that these are presets, and you can change 2 or 3 values to get it under your liking. But the hard work, the baseline setup is there. So you don't have to do this, but as you progress in your sim racing journey, or you get better, or you want some slight different characteristics in your car behavior, there's a setup helper in there to make small adjustments on a few values. And I think For me, if you just have to focus on a few values, you can actually have an introduction to changing setups yourself. And I've already spoken with a few guys who downloaded these setups and used them for a pretty long time, that they say, yo man, I don't have to buy a setup ever again because of these levels. I see the difference in values and how it's going to make me quicker over time. At some point, you don't even have to buy them anymore because you just know how it works all of a sudden, instead of just buying something that is completely fitted to a track-specific skill level driver and lap time. And I certainly believe if you buy setups from an esport level driver, they will probably never sell that one setup that gets them championships. I don't believe that. I don't believe they sell that. There will always be a half a second behind them in a way. So if you're at that level, if you're super pro, I wouldn't buy these. This is not valuable for you. But if you're halfway mediocre or you have trouble, these setups, they brake, they get rotation, they point the nose of the car into the right direction, and I'm building them for consistency. The higher the level, the harder it's going to be consistent. So low downforce setups from baseline are a bit harder to drive. They are made for Monza and maybe Spa or Pound Panorama. And if you buy the pack, you got special dedicated Nordschleife setups as well. So those ones again are in 3 levels, and these setups are just from a certain like level 3 will be the hardest. So don't mistake level 3 and 5 for Nordschleife levels. Then let's say if I open up this level 3, what you can do if you are a beginner and you want to be confident, you can pick a level 5 and just increase ABS and traction control only. That will make a high level setup also pretty forgiving, but you get all the other great benefits. That's something you can try. And the thing is, because they are presets, they were tested, all of them are tested on Spa, Suzuka, Oulton Park, Paul Ricard. Those kinds of tracks, these setups are always tested, but you always need to change up the tire temperatures and brake ducts for different track temperature situations. That video I'll just dropped on Patreon as well, so know that. Now I hope that you get a deep understanding what these setups are. Maybe you have a concern like maybe the game is dying or it's not going to be played anymore because of HD Evo. I wouldn't worry so much about that, because that will take a very long time before there are actually a lot of tracks and GD3 cars in that game, which will happen at some point. But the competitive racing will probably keep going for a long time. And yeah, so obviously it's up to you if you want to do this. I have the free setups on YouTube as well, so that one you can buy, you can use as well. This is just a more deep and more work for more different cars. And yeah, so again, if you buy this, you get these presets, you get a setup helper, you get a PDF file which kind of setup you need to choose for a different track. And at some point you probably will stick to a certain level, and maybe the B level 5 you think, oh, that's such a great setup. Yeah, but that's also explained in dedicated video that is also in the pack about the car, about the changes, how you need to drive it, and all that good stuff. So, and if you have any more questions, just leave that below in the comments. I will try to answer them for you. And yeah, so thank you.